for the marriage of Simon John Rollins and Carolyn Ann Besner. For those of you who do not know me, I am Joe, and I have been blessed by my dear friends Carolyn and Simon with the privilege of officiating their wedding. Before we begin, the bride and groom would like to share a few words with you, words they feel hold special meaning to them, from author Hilary T. Smith. People are like cities. We all have alleys and gardens, secret rooftops, and places where daisies sprout between the cracks. But most of the time, all we let each other see is the postcard glimpse of a skyline or polished square. Love lets you find those hidden places in another person, even the ones they didn't know were there, even the ones they wouldn't have thought to call beautiful themselves. It is sage wisdom, something all of us can learn from. You could try and show the world the parts of you that you are confident in, your polished self. But in marriage, you cannot hide your cracks and imperfections, those hidden places. But rest easy, because love is about finding those hidden places where the daisies grow, finding beauty in your partner they never knew they had inside them. In finding this beauty, hidden in those places we cannot polish, we come to know a simple yet profound truth. You do not love someone despite their flaws. You love them because of their flaws. For every crack and imperfection makes the greater whole of who they are, the person that you love and will spend the rest of your life with. I had the privilege of being with Simon and Caroline when their proposal was planned. While I was not there when the question was asked, I was honored to be part of those moments leading up to, let's face it, the best decision Simon has made or will ever make in his entire life. For those of you who do not know, Simon, Caroline, my wife Melissa, and I went on a cruise together. That's where they proposed. While we had some adventures getting everything set up, and we certainly had lots of fun thereafter, there's one thing about the proposal that sticks in my mind to this day. Carolyn planned an excursion where she and Simon were going to climb the mountainside of a volcano. Basically the antithesis of everything I would ever want to do on a vacation. Simon planned to pop the question when they reached the summit of the volcano. Later that evening, while telling us the story, both Simon and Caroline could not exactly convey to me the details of what was said or how it happened, and Melissa and I wanted to know everything. Don't get me wrong, we knew that Simon got down on one knee, and by virtue of the fact that we were all smiling and having dinner together, we knew that she said yes. But they were fuzzy on the details. When Simon explained to me that he could not exactly remember what he said, and she didn't recall either, I always thought that was strange. Well, 3 months later, I proposed to my wife, and if you put a gun to my head, I could not tell you anything that happened when I got down on that knee. I realized then that that is what true love is. It's all-consuming, and when your love bubbles to the top in such a profound moment, you embody it so fully that little things like recording memories take a back seat. Simon, Caroline, your all-consuming moment, that expression of love you had on top of that volcano, the power and glory of the volcano was paled by that simple fact that for a split second, the love you shared made the world stop. Before uniting you in the bonds of marriage, I am required by law to read to you certain articles of the Civil Code, set out the rights and duties of spouses. Article 392. As spouses, you have the same rights and obligations in marriage. You owe each other respect, fidelity, succor, and assistance. You are bound to live together. Article 396. The spouses must contribute equally to the expenses of the marriage in proportion to their respective means. I would ask that you now join hands as we proceed to the declaration of your intent to marry. The bride and groom have prepared their own vows and wish to recite them now before all of you here today. We are going to begin with Simon.
From the day I first met you with your paint-splattered jeans to the day I proposed with our mud-covered clothes, I knew I wanted to be with you. To the moment today, when I see you immaculate and beautiful, I want to be with you. But it's not your outward beauty that anyone can see that is why I want to be with you. It's your inward beauty, your kindness, your thoughtfulness, your charitable heart. That's what makes me want to be with you. When you're going to, for the rest of our lives, When you're sad, I'll be there. When you're happy, I will be there. When you go through times of joy, I will be there. When you go through times of loss, I will be there. When you get angry, I will be there, and if I can be. For the rest of my life and our lives together, I will be there.
When I met Simon, it was like rolling a natural 20. He was my successor. He's my sweet, sweet purple loot. He is my once-in-a-lifetime rare drop, that +6 artifact all loaded into one. I was a bit hesitant about online dating, but who knew you could meet such a catch on Plenty of Fish? We luckily both shared a passion for tattoos and self-expression. I knew from when you chivalrously walked me to the metro that you were something different. You understood my sense of humor, and you were as big of a fan of sarcasm as I am. You also knew what Red Dwarf was. You liked Mexican food and ignored my paint spot on my pants. I knew that from that day, my life would be filled with Dungeons and Dragons, vampires, and video games. We may not share the same taste in much, at all, but luckily you own a good set of headphones. I knew I was in love when you started making sure that the restaurant menus included at least one salad that I could eat. Before I met you, I wasn't sure if I was ever going to get married. Now I can't imagine a life where I didn't get to marry you. Because of you, I see the world in more than just omelets and apples. You've made me venture outside of my comfort zone and find many different flavors of life that I may not have experienced otherwise, and met wonderful people in the process. You are such a big part of my life that when you're not around, I'm not sure where to sleep in the bed or who to watch Luca or Caprio. I promise to read your mind when it comes to groceries. I promise to continue cooking bacon, even though it grosses me out and spits oil at me. I promise I will love you. I pledge to listen to your advice and occasionally take it. I pledge not to judge you for playing D&D until you're well into your 80s. I pledge that I will love you. I vow to listen to you as long as it takes for you to feel heard. I vow to be your unrelenting cheer squad on the days where it feels like too much. I vow I will love you. I believe that me time is an actual concept that can be proven by science. I believe there is no time or place I'm more content than when you're close. Because of this and so much more, I believe that I will always love you. You don't love someone because they are perfect. You love them in spite that they are not.
Now, we're going to proceed to the good part. Simon, John Rollins, do you take Carolyn Ann Besner to be your wife, to live with her in marriage, to love her and comfort her, honor her and keep her in sickness and in health for as long as you both shall live? Carolyn Ann Besner, do you take Simon John Rollins to be your husband, to live with him in marriage, to love him, to comfort him, honor him and keep him in sickness and in health for as long as you both shall live? May I have the rings? Simon, please place the ring on Carolyn's finger and repeat after me.
I give you this ring.
I give you this ring.
Wear it with love and joy.
Wear it with love and joy.
As this ring has no end,
As this ring has no end,
my love is also forever.
my love is also forever.
Carolyn, please place the ring on Simon's finger and repeat after me.
With this ring, I marry you.
I marry you.
Wear this ring forever
Wear this ring forever
as a sign of my love.
as a sign of my life.
May the wedding rings that you have exchanged today remind you always that you are surrounded by eternal love. The love that has joined you here together today, let no force on earth tear asunder. By the power invested in me by law, I now pronounce you husband and wife. On behalf of all those gathered here today, family and friends who could not be here, let me be the first to congratulate you. Simon, it is my greatest pleasure to inform you, you may kiss the bride.